Okay. Welcome everybody to this edition of Uplift. And I am so happy to have with us today Jen Barshop. And Jen, well, she is an entrepreneur extraordinaire. And today we are actually at her resto bar in Sorsogon. And I have to tell you, it is a very nice resto bar. You'll be able to see images of it throughout this podcast, so don't you worry. And they also have some of the best food. I just had some nilagang baka, and it's almost like what my mom used to make. So it was very, very good with big chunks of meat. Because sometimes you know you go to some of these Filipino restaurants and the beef that they give you are small little strips, right? But in her food, it's actually a lot. I mean, it was just so much that we couldn't even finish it. But so if you're ever in the Sorsogon area, what's it called? BeatBox?
BeatBox. Tavern.
BeatBox is a great place to come. So we're here to introduce Jen, and Jen is an entrepreneur because this resto bar is not it's not the only business that she's opened up. She's actually opened up several businesses in the past, right?
Right.
And could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I used to deal cars, slightly used cars. I also deal antiques. Yes, I learned that from my father. He used to have like 5 antique shops in the Philippines. One in Manila, Cebu, and then Cavite, I think in Bohol. Right. And then I do other businesses whenever it's profitable.
Yeah.
So I don't limit myself to one.
To just one business.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
So can we say that this restaurant, I won't say that it's a passion of yours, or is it?
Not really, but doing business in general is my passion.
Oh, see, that is fantastic. So a lot of the people that I have spoken to already in the past, what they're doing is what they're passionate in, whether it was in their career or whether in the restaurant. But you're the first person I'm interviewing whose passion is business itself in general, right? And I think earlier you said that your passion is profit.
One of, and at the same time you're helping people.
Okay, that's good. So tell us a little bit about some of your earlier businesses before you had this resto bar.
Okay. In dealing cars, I used to buy slightly used cars, repossessed cars from the bank. Then have it cleaned up, and then I resell them.
Wow.
I used to have like 5 slots in Guadix Drive in Ortiga Center. That's where I display all the cars for sale.
So are you the one who does all the work? No.
I have agents also.
Really?
They're the one looking for cars to buy, and then I pay them for that.
Okay. You know, I have a friend in California, and that's what he did too.
Really?
So he would buy used cars, and then he would fix it up and sell them. And he said he made a pretty decent profit.
Yes.
All right, same thing here, right?
Same thing here.
So why didn't you continue that business?
Yeah, that business became, it's not safe anymore for me.
Okay.
You know, bad people, bad guys.
Oh, I see.
They will pretend that they will just test the cars, and then later they'll take it. And they can even kill you.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a time, it was in the news.
There's a lot of scammers out there, so you have to be worried about, right? And then, so that was one of your business, which I think is really interesting because you don't see a lot of females in that kind of business.
Yes, it's for male actually.
It's a very male-dominated industry, right? But you did say that you made some pretty good money.
It's
It's profitable.
Yeah, so I did that business.
So what other business you have?
Antiques. I used to buy like, even now, not used to, but I buy antiques, rare antiques, with the help of my father, of course, because he's the one who really assessed if it is genuine, authentic.
Yeah. Was your dad an entrepreneur too? Was he a salesman?
Yes, he is.
Could you say that you got your
his genes?
his genes? Yeah.
when it comes to doing business.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you when your dad was doing his business, would you look at him? Would you emulate? Would you copy when you were a young girl?
Yes. Yeah.
Did he take you around?
Not so.
Okay. Right.
When I was a kid, I started selling like candies to my
Oh.
classmates, and then we had this. How do you call biriran or balimbing in English? I don't know that. Yeah. So we had that tree here. So I told my classmate, "Can you sell this for me?" And then my classmate would say, "Someone would like to buy this balimbing, but he or she doesn't have the money." And then I would say, "Just tell them to pay you." Like 5 pieces of paper or something, and then we will sell that paper also to other classmates who need papers.
Wow.
Yeah. I
So you
started
got
doing
your
business
first
since I was a
early
kid.
experience in selling when you were
Yes.
young. How old were you?
Like 7 or 6.
7 or 6. That's early,
Yeah.
right? And did you make money?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course I
Oh,
do.
wow.
I did. I did.
So that experience alone taught you so to like and appreciate the value of money, and most importantly, what it takes for you to succeed. Right?
I think perseverance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with some patience.
Yeah. So you say patience and perseverance are your two
Yes.
biggest.
And some
Yeah.
strategy. In
Yeah.
everything that you do, you need to strategize.
Yeah.
Because there are others selling the same stuff. So what makes you different from others? So
Yeah.
this way you can really sell your things, your business.
Yeah, we were actually talking a little bit about that when it came down to your restaurant, right? So while we were having lunch earlier, I was giving her a bunch of ideas about restaurant marketing and etc. And she said that she already tried a lot of them, and I think part of being an entrepreneur is that you always got to strategize, right?
Yes, always. Because once you introduce something, and then someone else will copy it.
Yeah.
So you have to think of another strategy again.
Yeah. Earlier you said that you had another business. Was it the call center business you said?
Yeah, before.
Yeah. So
when
you
I was
also
in
had a call
Manila.
center.
Yeah, we got scammed
Okay.
by one of the partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, from your other partners, right?
Right.
Okay. So what did you learn? So part of I think what made you successful is that every business that you got involved in, and the subsequent closing of that business, you learned something,
Yes. I
right?
learned a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what were some of the key takeaways did you get from some of those lessons?
I really have to be cautious. I really have to be cautious because there are so many people who would come to you pretending to be genuine, and then later on they will scam you.
Yeah.
I've experienced that a lot.
So a lot of your past partners, maybe even employees, maybe partners, right? You all
Yes,
felt
right.
that you were scammed.
You have to
Okay.
be cautious
Cautious, right?
and hands-on.
So in this restaurant, you also have a partner, don't you?
Yes,
It's a
I have two.
corporation?
Corporation, yeah.
Okay. How have you used that corporation to not protect you? Is it all because of the contracts that you have written?
Yeah, we do all have contracts, and then we have the bylaws,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Okay.
Pretty much
The
it.
bylaws. So you decided to go with a corporation versus going with a sole proprietorship or a partnership. Is that
Yes.
something because you feel that it will further protect you?
Part of,
Yeah.
and then we draw strength from each other.
Okay. Okay. I think that's pretty interesting. I love the fact how you're able to use your past experience to as a lesson, right?
Yes.
Because there's so many people who would say, "Oh my gosh, I got into this business and I failed in this business," and they would stop, right? and they won't, instead of learning the lesson, they just learn from the pain. And the pain is that they can't do something,
Yes.
right? They have limitations. But because you keep persisting over and over again, there's something deep inside you that's saying, you know what? This is what I have experienced. This is what I have learned, and I am now moving on. I think because a
Exactly,
lot of
that's
people
right.
would just say, you know what? I quit. Business is not for me. I'm going to work at McDonald's,
Yeah. And you
right?
have to continue, yes.
Yeah,
Pick up the, I mean, you learned your lesson,
yeah,
and then you need to be more cautious now.
yeah. So are you picking your business partners differently now than how you used to in the past?
Yeah.
How are you picking them differently this time?
This time, my business partner, especially the other one, she has lots of ideas like me.
Okay.
We are like-minded.
So like-minded in terms that she just generates idea after
Yes,
idea after
yes.
idea,
Mhm.
right? I have a feeling that that you guys are going to have more than just one idea. You're not going to stop in a restaurant business. I think you're going to
I
keep
think
moving
so,
forward, right?
yes. Yeah, I
Right?
think so too.
So when we were having lunch, you know, you were coming up with all these ideas all the time, which I thought was really great. You had this one idea for our pet product, automatic feeding, and then there was another one for a windshield
Cover.
cover, right, to protect from the
Yeah,
snow,
yeah, from the
right?
snow.
So you're always generating new ideas. I think part of it is that you're highly creative.
Probably, I would say so.
Yeah,
But the
right.
problem is, I don't work on it. I don't work on my idea.
Yeah.
So
So what are you learning from that?
I have to work on it. I have to start like what do you call it? Forgot.
Yeah.
You just have to get
Because you
there.
know what is interesting because you were saying every idea you have, months later, some came up with the idea with the product.
It's not actually months, but years. Like 2 years
Yeah.
after I thought of that idea, someone else is already selling it.
Yes,
Selling
someone
that.
already did. You're
Yes.
like, I had that idea
Yeah.
5 years ago, and now this
Yeah.
person is selling it like hotcakes.
Yeah, just like signing a document using a mobile app. Yeah,
Oh,
it was like
yeah.
I thought of that few years before Adobe put
Adobe
that
came up
into
with that.
yes.
If you only had the talent to be able to make that a reality, right? If you only had
Right.
the you know software engineers,
Yes.
oh my gosh, yeah, you'd be making millions.
Plus angel investors probably. Yeah.
Yeah, the angel investors I think is huge, right? You need to
Yes,
have
right.
that in order for you to come up with your own passion or your ideas. You have to have some financial.
Yes, you have to start
Some
things up.
backing. But here in this restaurant, it's a pretty nice sized restaurant. It's not like a small resto bar that I'm so accustomed to
Yeah.
seeing, right? So you must have had some angel investors who came in and said, you know what, I'll be a partner with you and I'll put in some of the money, right? So you can build this. Is that what happened?
Not really. Just the three of us. We decided to
Yeah.
have the old BeatBox renovated.
Yeah.
And then we put up this corporation.
Okay.
Just
And
the
then
three of us.
then they and all three of you put in the money in order to get this going,
Yes.
right?
Right.
And then also, is that the same with the coffee shop?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
We started this at, at one time.
Okay. So where do you see yourself moving forward? Because I have a feeling because you have a ton of ideas, this is not the first and last business you're gonna do, right?
Right.
What else would you like to
Something
do?
may came up in my mind, and who knows if I work on it.
Yeah. So there's two levels of businessmen. One is as an entrepreneur, and the other one is as a manager, right? So the entrepreneur, they relish in coming up with the ideas and getting it going, right? But the moment you say, okay, now you got to manage the business, it says, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a manager or are you an entrepreneur?
I'm more of an entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur. So you like to come up with ideas and then figure out how to make it a reality,
Yes,
right?
definitely. Yeah.
So what you do is you go out there and you find the right people to partner with, get the ideas that you need to, and
Yes.
then you put it together,
Yes.
right?
Right. That's what happened with BeatBox and TASZA Cafe.
Yeah. And so I see what I really like about BeatBox is you have a huge menu offering,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Some of the more traditional and local dishes that you would find in the Philippines. What makes a coffee shop different?
It's the beans that we're using. The kind of beans.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go there. Is it? I need some coffee right about now. Do they deliver here?
We do deliver.
Oh, you do
Yeah,
deliver.
yes, within the city.
Okay. So you use like what Panda Cup? Use the Panda?
Oh, we partnered with Sorsogon PA, Sorsogon Deliver PA.
Okay. All right. So there's already an app and all that.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So what other ideas have you had? You think you might want to pursue in the future? Because you did cars, you did restaurants, you did call centers, and so you did a lot of sales, right?
I will probably continue with antiquing. I
Okay.
forgot to tell you that I bought this life-size painting in Manila. I think it was 600,000 peso, and I sold it for 1.5.
Wow.
And I used it. I used it to start the old BeatBox.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have a way of being able to buy something for cheap
Yes.
and selling it for a profit,
Yeah.
right? So I think that's one of your superpowers.
Probably.
Probably, right? So what advice do you have for people who um, are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur or following your path? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people there, young and old, who have these amazing ideas. They just don't get it up and going.
Okay. Um, One of that is to pursue. Not really. I won't say dream because your dream may not be for you. But
Yeah.
pursue something that is profitable.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to study the market. You have to make a feasibility study if it's really profitable or not. And then, if there are others offering the same services, then think of something new. Yeah. Think
And
of
then most
something new.
importantly, I mean, a lot of the ideas that you had with the restaurant, you actually put it into play, right? And you experimented in it and you tried out every idea,
Yes.
right?
Yes. There are things that we cannot really introduce here. It's because of how the people receive it. So probably when we expand, like in Manila, we'll do it.
Right.
We will pursue it.
So you have to understand the market,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
Because a lot of people go out there and they pursue an idea without fully understanding what the market is.
Yes. You'll just be wasting your money on it.
Yeah, wasting your time and money.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a ton of ideas. I don't know if they're going to be applicable here because these are
And then you
ideas that I
spend
found.
so much already. Like yes, your restaurant, your bar is very beautiful, it's very expensive, and yet you don't get enough people.
Yeah.
To
So what
visit.
kind of struggles did you have in the early on in pursuing your passion for profit? By the way, I like that. Because if you're going to start a business, you don't want to get into a business. I don't know any business owner who gets into the business and their only desire in it is to break even.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course, you have
Of
to
course.
make
You
some
want to
profit.
make money,
Yeah.
right? Because the time that you put into it is for you to be able to make some income,
Yes, definitely.
right? Because if you want to make income, you could just go ahead and work at a job.
Yes,
Right?
you're right. At least you're earning monthly,
That's
unlike
right.
in yes, unlike in doing a business when you only break even. So
Yeah.
you're wasting so much time for it.
Yeah, because you
And
didn't
money.
make any money at all. Trust me, I know that, the fact. But I also believe in investing,
Yes.
right? You have to be able to invest your time, your money. Once you have this idea to pursue, like you have to pursue your passion, right?
Right.
Because sometimes it takes a while for you to get your return on your investment,
Yes.
right?
Right.
That's where you were saying earlier about the power of being patient and persevering, right? Because those are some of the two most important attitudes or characteristics that an entrepreneur like yourself needs to have in order for you to become successful,
Yes.
right?
Right. That's right.
And did you have any challenges in the past that
Like getting scammed
the
several
scams?
times. Yes. So
Oh,
I had this, uh, like I got scammed from our what do you call this call center.
wow.
We had a small call center in Manila.
Mhm.
One of our partners there scammed us big time. So we lost about 4 million
Oh
or
my
so.
gosh, that's a lot of
Yeah.
money.
And I actually also ventured into lending. I forgot lending business.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got scammed there. So I lost about like more than 1 million
Oh my
there.
God,
Yeah,
that's a lot of
I
money to
lost
be.
a lot. Yes, I lost a
Yeah,
lot. So that's the time when I decided to come to Sorsogon
yeah.
and start a
Fresh,
business here.
all
Yes.
over again,
Uh-huh.
right?
And my friend suggested, why don't you start a bar? BeatBox used to be a bar before, not a restaurant.
Okay,
It's a sole proprietor.
all right.
So when I sold my not my painting, when I sold the painting that I got,
Mm-hmm.
I used the funds to start
Start the bar. Oh
start
my God.
BeatBox.
'Cause was there ever a time when you said, "Oh my God, I got scammed so many times. I think I might as well just work for SM, right?
No,
Be a shoe lady."
no,
Never in your mind
never,
ever
never.
crossed your mind
Yeah.
because deep down inside you, you had the genes of your dad that says, "Okay, you know what? That didn't work. Let's try something new."
Yes. So I tried something new. I tried, um, starting a restaurant, which I am not really aware of. I
You
mean,
mean you don't know anything
I'm
about?
not, yeah, I don't know anything about restaurant. I don't even cook. I just, I just started it. But
Yeah,
I also tried to study the market if it's profitable or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Just don't let me cook.
yeah.
I don't know.
So let me. So I'm assuming that this is that the nilagang baka that I just had was not your recipe.
No, it's not. It's
Okay,
chefs.
it's the chef's
He is
recipe.
an international chef.
Well, he is very good. You
Yeah.
know.
He
Uh,
actually became a presidential flight chef
really?
during the time of President Ramos.
Oh, he's a presidential
Yeah.
chef.
He also worked in Caribbean cruises in
Hmm.
Europe and then US.
Wow. Well, I gotta tell you, it's very good sinigang, nilaga, by
Yeah.
the way. Yeah, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's like what my mom made,
Really.
Yes. And so if let's say 5 years from now, 5 or 10 years from now, do you see yourself doing? What do you see yourself doing?
A successful businesswoman. I
Yeah,
cannot tell what type of business.
yeah,
I won't say any type of business because things may come out of my mind.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I know
I
one
still
thing what
don't
you'll be
know.
doing. You'll be starting a new business, a new venture,
Yes,
right? And that's what really makes you really exciting because you might not have something exactly planned, right? But you know the end result, which is
yes,
profit,
yes.
right? And that's what's really important. So for those of you who don't truly know what you want to do in life, at least having it focused on a certain outcome like profit right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you might want to go out there and try new ideas. And even if you get scammed, keep moving forward, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
That's not the end of it.
yeah.
Should get you motivated to strive more.
Mm. Instead of giving in.
Yes.
There's so many people who just want to give in,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Right. Because they get tired. I
Yeah.
get scammed so many times, like 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
Yes.
And those weren't, it was not just, you know, 50 pesos
Oh,
or,
it's not. Yeah, we lost
50,000
a lot.
pesos. You're talking about millions,
Millions. Yes.
right? For a lot of people, it would break them. But for you,
Mm-hmm.
you just gotta, pick yourself up,
Mm-hmm.
dust yourself off,
Yes.
try to do something
Yeah,
new.
try something new.
Wow. I have to applaud you to that. I mean, is there a characteristic about you that you think that allows you to be like that? What is that? What is that strength?
Probably just in my genes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that you
If I want something, I will really pursue it, no matter what.
So don't let anything get in the way,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Well, I really love that, and I know a lot of people out there love to hear what you just shared. So never quit, keep moving forward, even if it's difficult for you, and I know thyself. I think it's
Yes.
important,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Right.
Know your limitations, and most importantly, know your strengths,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
right?
That's also another factor.
Yeah. Well, Jen, I want to thank you for being on our podcast. Is there any last words you want to share?
Just don't give up and never procrastinate.
Yeah.
If you have something in your mind, work on it.
And never quit.
Yes, never quit. Because otherwise, someone will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you come up with the idea, like an automatic pet feeder,
Yes.
pursue it with all rigor, because in 3 years, someone else is going to come up with that idea,
Yeah.
right?
Also, to document the, what do you call that? App.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas you can sign using your mobile phone or using the mobile app.
Right. Well, I do know that a lot of people come up with these ideas. They don't know where to begin either, right? But they went out there and they just kept pursuing the idea,
Yes.
right? So thank you again, Jen, for being on the show. And I'm sure a lot of people have found this episode very enlightening. So, Jen, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for coming also.
Thank you.
BeatBox and your team.
We'll see you again.
Yeah.